All right, first question is easy. Could you say and spell your first and last name?
Seth Mason, Sethmason.
And your position in class for Woodlan?
I'm a senior. I play defensive tackle and offensive guard.
Okay. For this Woodlan team, tell me a little bit about what you take from last year. What you learn in 2020 that you guys can apply and improve upon this year?
Last year, we got a new head coach, Coach Smith. He really just turned the program around, I feel like, from our last head coach. He really just showed us to have soul, have grit, and don't give up on ourselves. And we might not be the best team out there, but we'll try our best. And we have a lot of potential. And I think this year with the potential, we're gonna beat the competition.
Yeah, ACAC is a tough conference,
Yeah.
top to bottom. So do you feel like that how tough it was last year maybe improved you guys for this year to get you guys ready to rock and roll?
Oh yeah, of course. We had a lot of competition last year, and arguably we had one of the hardest schedules in our conference. Did we perform the best last year? No, we did have a new head coach, and we were trying to turn the program around. I think this year will be a lot different than last year.
What do you think are the strengths on the offensive and defensive side of the ball? Where do you see these guys really?
I think our offensive strengths this year are we have a lot of new things we've put in. We have a lot of new techniques to get the plays. We're doing a huddle this year, which is it's going to be a lot more understanding to the players, so we can actually get the plays correctly. We've been just doing mental periods through practice and getting the plays down packed.
Who are some of the guys that are going to step up into bigger roles for Woodlan this year that you've noticed in the offseason?
Yeah, of course our quarterback, Jake Snyder, coming in junior. He's a very, very talented kid. He's smart. He makes plays. He's really good. On the defensive end, I think our DBs and our safeties and altogether our D-line, honestly. We're just a very solid defense, and we want to win.
Final question, what are you most looking forward to about this season for Woodlan?
I'm most looking forward to playing Leo, We haven't beat him in a long time, but I love the competition, and win or lose, it's always a fun game.
Good deal, my man.
Yep.
Thank you.
Go for it, my dude.
All right. First question, could you say and spell your first and last name for me?
Isaiah Brumbaugh, Isaiah
And your position in your class at Woodlan?
Senior, and then defensive end and center.
Okay, so last year, first year under Coach Smith, not ideal circumstances to take over a program in.
No.
So how much more advanced are you at this point this year than you were last year, and how is that going to play itself out on the football field?
Well, last year, obviously, we met him once before spring break, and then didn't see him in person again until August. So we did a lot of video chatting and stuff like that, but it's nothing like getting on the field and actually doing it. So this year, having a full summer together, I feel like is really bringing our team together. I feel like we're understanding it a lot more, and it should be a good season.
Tell me about this offense. What do you like about the guys on O? What are going to be some of the strengths for offensively for Woodland this season?
Well, I feel like, obviously, our quarterback, Jake Snyder, he's a great leader. He knows the X's and O's better than anyone on our team. Our tight ends, like Jackson Fleek, Joe Reedy, I feel like they're going to be a big part of our team this year, and I feel like our offense can be very explosive.
As a leader on this defense, tell me about the D. What are some of the things that you like? What are some of the things that are going to stand out for Woodland defensively?
Things I've noticed throughout the summer, our defense has a lot of intensity. We're hyped. We're getting to the ball. We're nasty, and I feel like that's going to be a big part of our team this year.
What are you most looking forward to about this season? Because obviously last year ACAC was tough top to bottom.
Oh, yeah.
So that only kind of made you guys improve for this year, having that good competition. So what are you most looking forward to specifically about conference?
Well, I'm looking forward. We're bringing back all of our starters this year. I'm just looking forward to competing and hopefully doing the best we can this year.
When you take a look at this Woodland team, last year, the time you took over, not exactly the perfect time to take over a program and put your imprint on it. So given the fact that you guys are further along at this point this year than you were last year, how much are you building off what you learned last year, and how much, I don't want to say easier, but being in the system, how much easier is it to get guys to do exactly what you want?
It's definitely easier, I guess, to use your word. Last year we got 6 weeks basically before we had to play a game with the kids. We spent 3-4 months on Zoom, and kids don't watch football like maybe you and I did when we were younger, watching and playing. So their understanding level of the game isn't necessarily what every other person's was, maybe at a different age. So just being able to have them there and walk them through it, talk them through it, and teach them from really the end of last year, whenever I could get them to now. So having a better understanding of just the X goes over here, the Z goes over here, this guy goes here. That's the way we line up, things like that. So just those basics allow us to move faster and do things more efficiently across the board. The difference in the team is, monumental really from last year to this year. And I'm not saying that, we're necessarily going to win a state championship, but you can see that they're more confident, they play faster. There's definitely an improvement.
Yeah, let's start on offense because you have a quarterback returning. That's Jake Snyder, right?
Yep.
Will he be a junior or senior this
Junior.
year? He'll be junior.
Yep.
So you got some experience in the quarterback position, which I know you love, but coaches love experience in the offensive line. And just talking with some of your guys, it seems like you have some guys on the offensive line returning that have a good head on their shoulders. So how do you propel that into more success, more points, more wins this season?
I think it's the same with every team from the NFL down. If you can block, you probably can run the ball and set up play action. You can make some big plays that way. So, yeah, and I do. There's some smart kids that play offensive line. They're maybe not the most large human beings on earth, but they're smart. They understand. I can coach them. They pick things up pretty quickly, which obviously helps. We give them simple rules, and then they're able to execute those pretty well.
Tell me about this defense, because last year you take a look at a lot of the offenses in the ACAC that were kind of super powered. So what did you guys learn last year that can help you guys defensively? And what do you see is going to be the big strengths for these teams defensively here in 2022?
I think, again, the big things is just the fact that we're able to actually practice and be together and learn. We have a couple of younger kids moving in that I think are going to be able to help us. We have a couple of different kids that came out this year that's going to be able to help us. That's probably the biggest thing. And then familiarity with what everybody's doing. With the exception of, I think Jay County has a new head coach. Everybody should be roughly the same. I assume South Adams may be slightly different. But for the most part, having familiarity with what they're doing versus what we do, that is extremely helpful. Just familiarity is the biggest key.
Final question, what are the goals, what are the benchmarks for Woodlan here in year 2 for you with these guys as we enter a new season?
If we're competitive in every game, that's a huge benchmark. I don't want to put necessarily wins and loss record. I'm sure no coach does. But if we're competitive and we play hard every game, I think good things are going to happen for us. We'll definitely have a better win-loss record than we did last year, and we'll have more fun because we'll win a little bit more than we did last year.
Love it. All right.